In the realm of Islam, there exists a sin so grave, so detrimental to one's spiritual standing, that it eclipses all others in its severity. This sin is not just a mere transgression, it is a fundamental breach of the core tenets of the Islamic faith. It is a sin that, if committed, can lead to the ultimate spiritual downfall of an individual, severing their connection with the divine. This sin, known as shirk, signifies the association of partners with the one true God, Allah. Shirk is not just about worshipping idols or other deities, it encompasses any form of assigning divine attributes to others besides Allah. It can manifest in various forms, such as believing in superstitions, seeking help from other than Allah in matters that only He can control, or even placing one's trust in worldly means over divine providence. It represents a blatant violation of Islam's most fundamental principle, Tawheed, the oneness of Allah. Tawheed is the bedrock of Islamic belief, the foundation upon which the entire structure of faith is built. It is the affirmation that there is no deity worthy of worship except Allah, and that He has no partners, no equals, and no associates. This principle is so central to Islam that without it, the very essence of the faith is lost. Shirk is an unforgivable sin, one that severs the very cord that connects a human being to their Creator. The Quran explicitly states that Allah does not forgive the sin of shirk if one dies without repenting from it, but He forgives anything else for whom He wills. This highlights the unparalleled gravity of this sin and the importance of maintaining the purity of one's faith. To comprehend the gravity of shirk, one must first grasp the Islamic concept of Allah's absolute uniqueness. Allah is not just another deity among many. He is the singular, unparalleled creator of the heavens and the earth. His attributes are unique, and His essence is beyond human comprehension. He is the all-powerful, the all-knowing, the all-merciful, and the all-just. Understanding these attributes helps one appreciate the magnitude of the sin of shirk. Allah in Islamic belief is not merely a powerful being among many, He is the sole creator, sustainer, and Lord of all that exists. Every aspect of creation, from the vast galaxies to the smallest particles, is under His command. He is the one who gives life and causes death, who provides sustenance and decrees fate. Recognizing this absolute sovereignty is crucial for understanding why associating partners with Him is such a grave offense. He is without partners, without equals, and without any form of association. This means that no one and nothing can share in His divinity or His attributes. Any attempt to do so is considered shirk. This includes not only the worship of other gods, but also the elevation of prophets, saints, or any other beings to a divine status. It is a direct challenge to the concept of Tawheed and an affront to the very nature of Allah. Shirk, therefore, strikes at the very heart of Islamic faith. It undermines the core belief that Allah is the one and only deity worthy of worship. It distorts the pure monotheism that Islam advocates and leads individuals away from the path of righteousness. The consequences of shirk are not just limited to the hereafter, they also affect one's spiritual well-being in this life, leading to a sense of disconnection and loss of purpose. It is a rejection of Allah's absolute sovereignty and a betrayal of the covenant that binds humanity to its Creator. This covenant, known as the fitra, is the innate disposition towards recognizing and worshipping Allah alone. Shirk is a deviation from this natural inclination and a breach of the trust that Allah has placed in humanity. It is a denial of the very purpose of human existence, which is to worship Allah and live according to His guidance. Understanding the various forms of shirk is essential for every Muslim, as it enables them to guard their faith against this grave transgression and to strengthen their commitment to Tawheed. By educating oneself about the different manifestations of shirk, one can avoid falling into its traps and ensure that their worship remains pure and sincere. This knowledge also helps in fostering a deeper connection with Allah, as it reinforces the importance of His oneness and the need to uphold it in every aspect of life. In doing so, a Muslim not only protects their faith, but also enhances their spiritual journey, drawing closer to their Creator and fulfilling their ultimate purpose. At the core of the Islamic faith lies the unyielding belief in the oneness of Allah, a concept known as Tawheed. This fundamental principle is the cornerstone upon which the entire structure of Islam is built. It is the essence of the Muslim creed and the guiding light for every believer. This principle forms the bedrock of Islam, permeating every aspect of a Muslim's life, from their daily routines to their spiritual practices. It is a constant reminder of the presence of Allah in every moment and every action. From their prayers and rituals to their interactions with others and their understanding of the world around them, Tawheed influences every facet of a Muslim's existence. It is a comprehensive worldview that integrates faith with daily life, ensuring that every action is performed with the consciousness of Allah's presence. Tawheed is not merely an abstract theological notion, it is a lived reality that shapes the Muslim worldview. It is a dynamic and practical belief that manifests in the way Muslims conduct themselves, their relationships, and their approach to life's challenges. It asserts that Allah is one, without any partners, associates, or equals. This declaration of monotheism is a powerful affirmation of faith that distinguishes Islam from other belief systems. He is the sole creator, the ultimate sustainer, and the only true object of worship. This understanding of Allah's unique and unparalleled nature is central to the Muslim faith, providing a clear and unequivocal focus for worship and devotion. This belief in Allah's absolute oneness has profound implications for the Muslim. It shapes their identity, their values, and their purpose in life. It is a source of strength and guidance, offering clarity and direction in a complex and often confusing world. It instills in them a sense of humility, recognizing their utter dependence on their Creator. This humility is reflected in their worship, their interactions with others, and their approach to life's challenges. It fosters a deep sense of gratitude for the blessings in their lives, knowing that everything they have comes from Allah alone. This gratitude is expressed through acts of worship, charity, and kindness towards others. Moreover, Tawheed provides a framework for understanding the universe and humanity's place within it. It offers a coherent and comprehensive perspective that integrates faith with reason, science with spirituality. It emphasizes the interconnectedness of all creation, with Allah as the central point around which everything revolves. This interconnectedness fosters a sense of unity and solidarity among Muslims as they recognize their shared purpose and common destiny. The belief in Tawheed transcends cultural and geographical boundaries, uniting Muslims from diverse backgrounds in a shared commitment to the oneness of Allah. It is a unifying force that brings together the global Muslim community, or Ummah, in a bond of faith and brotherhood. Scholars and teachers play a crucial role in imparting the knowledge and understanding of Tawheed to the next generation. Through their teachings, they ensure that this foundational principle remains at the heart of Islamic education and practice. The celebrations and festivals in Islam, such as Eid, are also deeply rooted in the concept of Tawheed. These occasions are not just social gatherings, but are imbued with spiritual significance, reminding Muslims of their connection to Allah and to each other. In the professional sphere, the belief in Tawheed inspires Muslims to excel in their fields, knowing that their work is a form of worship when done with the right intention. Whether in medicine, engineering, education, or any other profession, the consciousness of Allah's presence motivates them to strive for excellence and integrity. Community life is also deeply influenced by Tawheed. It encourages Muslims to build strong, supportive communities where mutual respect, cooperation, and compassion are the norms. These communities become a reflection of the unity and harmony that Tawheed promotes. The belief in the oneness of Allah also extends to the environment. Muslims are taught to see the natural world as a sign of Allah's creation and to treat it with care and respect. Environmental stewardship is thus an integral part of living out the principle of Tawheed. In the arts, the concept of Tawheed inspires creativity that reflects the beauty and majesty of Allah. Islamic art, with its intricate patterns and calligraphy, is a testament to the profound influence of this belief on Muslim culture and heritage. In the realms of science and philosophy, Tawheed provides a framework for exploring the mysteries of the universe and the nature of existence. It encourages a pursuit of knowledge that is grounded in faith and guided by the principles of Islam. Ultimately, the belief in the oneness of Allah is the foundation upon which the entire edifice of Islam stands. It is a source of strength, guidance, and inspiration for Muslims around the world, shaping their lives in profound and meaningful ways. Shirk, the sin of associating partners with Allah, manifests in various forms. One of the most fundamental types is shirk in Rububiyyah, which involves believing in more than one creator, or attributing the acts of creation, sustenance, or control of the universe to anyone other than Allah. This form of shirk challenges Allah's absolute lordship over all creation. It denies his unique power to give life and death, to send down rain, and to cause the sun to rise and set. Those who commit shirk in Rububiyyah may acknowledge Allah as a deity, but place other beings or forces on par with him in terms of their ability to influence the natural world or human destiny. This form of shirk is often rooted in ignorance or superstition. It can manifest in the belief in luck, fate, or the power of inanimate objects to bring good or bad fortune. Throughout history, various cultures and belief systems have fallen prey to the deception of dualism, a form of shirk in Rububiyyah. This concept, which stands in stark contrast to the Islamic principle of Tawheed, has manifested in numerous ways across different civilizations and eras. Dualism posits the existence of two opposing forces, often representing good and evil, light and darkness, or creation and destruction, as eternally locked in a struggle for dominance. This belief system suggests that these forces are independent and possess their own power, which directly contradicts the Islamic understanding of Allah's singular and absolute lordship over all creation. In Islam, the concept of Tawheed emphasizes the oneness of Allah, asserting that He alone is the creator, sustainer, and ruler of the universe. Any belief that attributes independent power to other entities or forces is considered shirk, the gravest sin in Islam. Dualistic beliefs, therefore, undermine this fundamental principle by suggesting that other forces can rival Allah's authority and influence. For instance, some ancient Persian religions, such as Zoroastrianism, believed in two gods, Ahura Mazda representing good and Angra Mainyu embodying evil. These deities were thought to be locked in an eternal battle, with the fate of the world hanging in the balance. This dualistic worldview not only divided the concept of divine power, but also introduced the idea that evil could exist independently of the divine will. Similarly, some forms of Gnosticism, a belief system that emerged in the early centuries of Christianity, posited the existence of two gods, a benevolent spiritual god and a malevolent material god. The former was seen as the source of all good, while the latter was blamed for the creation and suffering of the material world. This dualistic belief system created a dichotomy between the spiritual and material realms, attributing the existence of evil to a separate, malevolent force. These examples illustrate how dualistic beliefs, while often cloaked in complex mythologies or philosophical arguments, ultimately contradict the Islamic principle of Tawheed and fall under the category of shirk in Rububiyyah. The Islamic perspective is clear. Allah is the sole creator and sustainer, and nothing in the universe operates independently of His will. By understanding and recognizing the pitfalls of dualistic beliefs, Muslims can strengthen their faith in the oneness of Allah and avoid the grave sin of shirk. It is essential for Muslims to be aware of these historical and contemporary examples of shirk in Rububiyyah to safeguard their faith. By studying these belief systems, they can better appreciate the uniqueness and purity of Tawheed. This awareness also helps in recognizing and refuting any modern ideologies or practices that may inadvertently lead to shirk. In a world where various philosophies and belief systems coexist, maintaining a clear and unwavering understanding of Allah's oneness is crucial for preserving the integrity of Islamic faith. Education and community discussions play a vital role in reinforcing the concept of Tawheed. Islamic scholars and educators must continue to emphasize the dangers of shirk and the importance of upholding the oneness of Allah in all aspects of life. Through continuous learning and reflection, Muslims can ensure that their beliefs and practices remain aligned with the core tenets of Islam, free from any form of dualism or other deviations. Ultimately, the beauty of Tawheed lies in its simplicity and clarity. It provides a comprehensive understanding of the universe and our place within it, fostering a sense of unity and harmony. By adhering to the principle of Allah's absolute lordship, Muslims can find peace and purpose, knowing that everything in existence is under the control and guidance of a single all-powerful creator.